Well, you could eat them.
Yeah.
But it's
Communication.
like a once-time treat.
Holes for pigeons.
Huh?
Send messages.
What
I
did
saw
you-
yesterday, so for the cats more likely, it's not much to a pigeon.
Right, right. Very-
Masada. Synagogue.
Okay, so we're in the synagogue, and this is one of the group of ancient synagogues that were found around the country. And for many years, people thought that the synagogue is something that was invented after the destruction of the temple. To replace worshiping in the temple, they started to build synagogues. And they're huge, huge. I'm going to show you some cistern here, and it's 10 times bigger, each one of them, and we have 16 of those. The way it goes is like if it's coming this way, it would be trapped. Some of it would be trapped and would go through this, by the way, this bridge still stands out there, and would fill up the caves here. And then you would take the donkeys that were stored over there, and you would walk the water up to the level of the palace through here.
These are open ducts? Open?
The caves?
I mean
The tunnels? Yes, yes.
They're open.
They're only designed to channel the water from the flash flood into the caves.
Okay.
They're not keeping the water.
All right.
The caves are keeping the water. They're very well plastered, and there are 8 of them. So if one of them is spoiled, you can use the others. Let's make room to the other group here and move
Very
on.
strategically.
You can see this.
Where's the water source? I wasn't there.
From the higher mountain.
Okay.
这边山比较高嘛。
All right. It's from the river over there.
No, no, from the rain.
From the rain? Okay.
From the rain, flash floods.
We're in this area here. It was roofed. There are some rooms around. This is the balcony that will give us the beautiful view from up there in a minute. There are 2 other steps here. They're rounded, the cylinder shape. This is the most private part. This is only for him and those who you can bring in, trust the most. He have a private bathhouse down here. The bathhouse is up there in the back, the big one that we're going to visit, but he has his own down here. So this is a very beautiful villa. The interesting thing about this villa is that a similar structure exists in Rome, and it's of one of the sort of allies of Herod's back then, and he kind of copied it to this environment here. And the reason he positioned it here is this beautiful breeze that you have and the view from over there. So let's go up to the front of the balcony.
Bathhouse.
This is for, how about the pigmentation? Does it talk about? That's fascinating.
So we walk through the atrium, which is right here. This is where a Roman bathhouse is not the place you go to take a shower. It's a place you're going to hang out. It's like where you're getting your gossip, where you're doing your politics, business. It's like the place to be seen and the place to get informed and the place to you sweat your guts out, right? It's a nice place. The only water, by the way, that is in the room was in a bath that was under the arch over there. So it's dry. It's not the pillars that are sticking out from the ground. Can you move a little bit further in so the rest of us could fit in, right? Yeah. The pillars that are sticking from the ground here, from the floor, are supporting a floating floor. There's a floating floor on top of it, and there is a space between the floor and the floating floor. There is a furnace on the other side of this wall. You see the hole there in the wall?
Yeah.
That sends the hot air to the space between the floor and the floating floor, which heats up the floor. And then it goes through or by the walls. You see the warehouses of the palace. Over here, they found huge containers. You're going to see it down in the museum. Huge containers of clay stuffed with food. This food was stored here. This is, again, stored here by Herod. he was, you know, keeping here a lot of supplies. So if he comes under attack, he could survive here for a long time. And this food could still be used by the zealots 70 years after Herod, because most of it was preserved in honey, dipped in very sweet. When we say, by the way, in Israel, in the land of Israel, when we say honey, most of the times it's not bees honey, but dates honey. But they take the dates and they extract very sweet, sort of a jam kind of structure, and we still use it. It's a very sort of, we cook with it, and so it makes sense that it was like dates honey that this stuff was dipped into, and it served as an excellent preservative. It could still be used when they came here 70 years after that. It could be dried fruit. It could be, if it's sweet or stuff like that, you don't need it. But all kinds of stuff that could sort of...
Children walking down Masada.
Thank you.
Around here are all acacia trees. These are African trees that the seeds were brought by migrating birds. There's the valley here, starting all the way in the Gulf of Eilat and all the way up north to the border between Syria and Lebanon. It's the same geological rift, and it's a great highway of migrating birds that fly from Europe to Africa in the autumn and back in the spring from Africa to Europe. And they're bringing with them seeds of trees that are of an African, and this is the only vegetation that's really grown to the size of a tree in this kind of a dry environment. These are the acacia trees. The hotel resort of the Dead Sea on the Israeli side. The Jordanians have their own side also on the a little bit more than up north, but this is the Israeli side. As the day progresses a little bit towards the late afternoon, you see how the sun is lowering, lower on the west, and it's coloring the mountains on the other side with these reddish colors, and the sea is getting very, but the location is somewhere, something like 10 miles south from where we are right now. And she looked back and became a pillar of salt, right? Remember this?
Lot's wife.
Lot's wife, exactly. And now being here, you know that why a pillar of salt of all things, right?
Okay, okay. No.
房里面是不行的啦，也不敢到深的地方去。大家都拍啊！都拍了，都拍了。OK，Take up. Raise your hand. 哎，快点 ！I got a picture for both two of you. 嘴巴的这个。恐怖出服哎，它会动到眼睛服啊。哎，快点下去啊！你赶快进入水才行，它弄到眼睛了啦，没有了。对呀。掉的臭味。这边拍了。开了。然后脚一直有听，有一点点。我这里有麻麻的。
OK，躺一下。
Oh, I take a camera. 这个人虽然可以躺，看他那个。
我这个游泳是白学。
这个地方不必要游了，这里一不小心就搞到眼睛里面了。
Get yourself. Okay, you got it. I got you. Okay. Come over.
哦，
哎，你老公？我老公。Okay, come to. Can I get closer? On top there. I'll throw the water. 前面那个
哪有怎么那么浅呢？但是你看，你刚才站起来还脚那么
Yeah, I got it, I got it. Don't move. Raise your hands. Both. Both your hands. Okay, got it. Got it.
We're on the balcony of the hotel we're staying, next to the Dead Sea in Israel. There's the Dead Sea over there.